Just quiet. Antje.
Hello, Isaac.
Hi, Antje. feels like the focus is moving. And it's okay, just to notice it. I'm curious if you can sense what's underneath that, what's kind of driving that movement.
Mm. What I notice is I was this weekend with Florian's children.
Yeah.
It's the first time for 3 days, all of them. And I was alone with them and they were ill. And I just come home and the body is really tired.
Yeah.
And so it's going on something, but it is no problem. So I'm
Yes, I
going.
mean, yeah, it's I see it's not a problem.
You
It's
see?
just I recognize it's not a problem.
No problem.
And just it's interesting to me because you something raised your hand and you
Yes.
were asking for attention. And what I find is when I'm with you and your attention is moving like that, I can stay, but it's not super inviting. It's like,
Yes, I can. I can feel it.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
Yeah. So nothing right or wrong about it.
No.
It's just, okay, so you're tired and I get it. Okay. And it comes from moments. It's like a clarity and a presence, and then it
Yes.
does what it does.
Yes, I can feel it.
Okay.
And I have to look at that that it is really okay like it is. Not to go in a. It had to be
different. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
different.
Just to notice what's
Yes.
happening, and then just to, if there's an interest, okay, so there's tiredness and I mean, probably in my view, there's layers to that too. It's like something, like there's an interest to meet, but there's also an interest just to
lay down and sleep.
lay down and sleep. Yeah.
And on the same time, I can also feel a sweetness.
Yeah. Thanks, Anja.
Yes, thank you, Isaac.
Ah, Marcus.
Hi, Isaac.
Hey, Marcus.
Somehow I can't see you. Let me check.
Okay. Did that?
Now Yes, yes, now it's good. Perfect. Thank you.
You didn't come up with, you want to speak, Marcus?
No.
No need to make anything.
Yeah. No, feels nice. Thank you.
Thanks, Marcus.
Thank you.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Isaac. See you. Funny experience right now. I had the thought just before that like there is a lot going on, but then is it really? No.
It's like it's an opportunity in a way, you know. It's like an opportunity to get in touch with really subtle
Yeah.
movements and, like I say, pockets of information.
Yeah.
And, you know, on the one hand, there's nothing going on the other hand, there's trillions of cells all doing an amazing dance,
Yeah.
all carrying different information. And so it's like, okay.
Yeah.
So we rest together and then we just watch what comes on the screen, the different movements, the different.
Yeah.
It's just like, I mean, if it's possible to catch, you know, what sensations are involved in driving some of those movements,
Yeah.
without trying to fix, just like, you know, say gentle observing, gentle noticing. Because, you know, it's like usually our compensations and our habits don't allow space for that.
What was that last sentence?
Usually the speed of our lives, our compensations and our habits don't really allow space for that gentle noticing.
Right. Yeah.
So it's an opportunity just to come in touch with. Not always comfortable, for sure. There's a reason why our systems have developed ways of not being present there.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a bit of a, was it yesterday or the day before? Well, anyway, there were some, what's the English term for, like burglars?
Okay,
When they broke into our house and took something and used my credit card and, you know, and just there was like a shock when I came home in the morning and noticed this. And now, you know, not looking forward to dealing with the police and everything tomorrow. I have to. So there's, and there are some physical reactions right now. Stirred by that.
Yeah, and so you know, it's not trying to stop them or not trying to override them, but just gently including. I mean, you know, it's interesting when something like that happens. It does touch. There's a touch from it, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no right to it, no wrong to it. It's just an opportunity to see what. Historically, sometimes the burglars would come in, like if they were Vikings, they would come in with axes and,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, that's what the reaction was when I realized. At first, I didn't realize it. I was just like, "Did someone come here and look for something?" Like I didn't get it, and then when I got it, it was like, "Yeah, something just froze," and it felt very old, like I don't know, even generations of like holding fear, or and then the rage, of course, also, but like frozen. Yeah. Frozen fight response, I guess. Yeah. Um, I feel like the whole movement is just trying to avoid feeling unsafe.
yeah. Beautiful.
Mm.
For me, it's beautiful to take a moment, especially after something like this has happened, just to be present to what
Yeah.
gets touched, what's moving.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you, Isaac.
Slowly.
Hi, Isaac.
Hey, Sylvie.
We'd love to rest with you, and I have a question.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's the question.
The question. Yeah, you know that I'm busy with some political things and really thinking a lot about it. And I was wondering what your vision is to a world where people all live from the heart with heart consciousness. And do you think we still need rules then to live as a society, or more from a non-dual perspective, that whatever comes up is okay, we don't need rules, we don't have to take care for poor people, because when it comes up, we will take care? And how do you see that?
It's a beautiful inquiry. It's, you know, to me, it seems like the basic rule is treat each other like you would want to be treated. It's like very simple, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think you can make it a rule. You know, it's like, it's because really it's natural to a certain quality of consciousness.
Yeah.
And you can't, you know, like my seeing about how we've developed as a species, it's like there's more and more and more rules, and I don't think it serves anybody. It just makes jobs for like a bureaucratic class of consciousness.
Yeah, it's overruled. Yeah.
It's overruled, and
Yeah.
when the bureaucrats, how can I say it? they're not voted in, they have a job that's usually secure, and they don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
And so it actually stops flow hugely. And so it's, but you know, at the same time, how do we function when there are so many different say levels of consciousness or levels of being integrated? So, you know, like then we make up laws and stuff like that to try and deal with it. But you know, when we have a culture that has gone so far away from, you could say, tribal consciousness, where people were, you know, somebody would hunt, and if their neighbor was hungry, of course they would share their food. It was like that, or take care of each other. You know, but we've moved very far from that now. So how do we navigate this territory?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, it's a great question. How do we, you know, like, so to me, I look at it and I see our schooling system has gotten completely away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a schooling system that needs completely revamping. So,
Yeah.
because you know, it's like we have a financial system that needs completely revamping. We have a political system that's completely corrupt because it's, you know, the way it is. Of course, it's like there's all these people with a lot of money that are getting served by the current political system.
Yeah.
Because of their money and like that. So it's, and you can't get in a certain way to the really top positions unless you've got support from the really wealthy. It seems, I don't know. I don't know how it is in Holland, whether that's true.
The same, more or less.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
so it's a big question. It's like, how do we, and to me it seems like it starts with ourselves.
yeah.
Are we able to, you know, like, keep exploring so that our capacity to meet the moment as the beloved increases and matures?
Yeah, but my feeling is because we're not there yet, it's like we need a kind of a bridge to break the system down, and then from there we will have a new way of living, but we still need this time to of these rules.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
there,
look,
yeah.
I don't know how you experience it. I could say what's been interesting for me is when we come together for a week's retreat where we, you know, we're there in person. And for me, it's always amazing to see how in a very short space of time, there's a field that gets generated where people are actively participating in each other's well-being.
Yeah.
And having a felt sense of that. And it does, you've seen, it doesn't take, in 1 week, it can happen. And then once in a while, there's somebody there that, because of whatever trauma they're carrying or something, has difficulty coming into participating, you know, in it. And for mostly people are able to drop in to whatever extent it's possible for them, and it's beautiful, and I always find it like miraculous in a certain way.
Yeah.
So to me, it seems like it can happen relatively quickly with the with the right invitation. So, yeah. But it's a beautiful inquiry to me. It's just like, here we are. How do we?
It also triggers something in my system, a blockage or something. Yeah. Can you feel that or not?
You know, it's like there's information, I could say like that. So I don't know. Yeah. So it's like we're always on the edge of coming in touch with other layers, I could say like that. I mean, to me, as you know, like as we rest here, see how your system is getting more transparent, more vulnerable, more real. So, I mean, to me, there's an interest, and in following that interest, these questions are arising, of course, and then it's like, yeah.
Yeah, it is my path now.
Cool.
Yeah. Breaking the system.
Mhm. Or I would say reinventing the system.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
More human-friendly system.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So,
Thank you. Mhm.
Jennifer, and then Frank afterwards. So Jennifer now.
Hi, Isaac.
Jennifer.
Hello. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Yeah, I'd love to rest with you, and then I have a question as well.
Okay.
Can you speak so I can see you?
Sure, sure. Did that help? Yeah, cool. What do you notice as we rest together?
Oh, I noticed that just a softening.
Wow, fantastic. Yeah.
And I just had a question over like layers that are showing up that seem to have like a hard gripping. It's not the sensation that I cannot be present with because I'm already with it.
Mhm.
But it feels like underneath the sensation, I don't know if this is true, but is it the fear to meet a memory associated with the sensations that mm,
You know, we could call it a memory. I would call it just information because some of it might not be in the realm of memory. It's old information from ancestry. There's no memory per se with it. It's, you know, it's like the nature of trauma is it's always has an existential quality to it. So, you know, like the system responds in the moment as if there's an existential threat. As we start to come in contact with those that information packet or whatever.
so the body just goes into that
It does it automatically.
freeze or whatever you want to call it.
Well, yeah, freeze, flight, or flight. Yeah.
So in that holding or in that freeze, how is the capacity increased to be able to meet these bigger, and I feel bigger anyway.
Yeah, I mean, like I loved how when I asked you, you said how you could feel a softening happening in your system. So to me, that translates as your system being more vulnerable, more authentic. It doesn't have, there's automatic patterns of protection of falling away. How the hell did that happen? You know, I say somewhere there's a feeling of safety, and then to me, most of these old packets of information will happen within relating patterns. And so when there's a sense of safety, some of those old dynamic meeting dynamic or pattern meeting pattern starts to relax, and we can meet deeper without any effort, without any, you know, without doing. It's just like, just naturally, I could say. So it was beautiful. My daughter, my youngest daughter, was here for a month. She just left this morning, so I'm feeling her as she's heading to the airport. And she really didn't want to go. She had a great time, and we had a nice time together. It was really
Sweet.
And so I could feel in how her system and my system were meeting each other, how things have shifted in me and in her, and which enabled a whole different quality of meeting. And all there was no trying to have it be different. It just was different this time. And so that's how it seems to me. Anyone else has a similar perspective. I have no idea, but
So do you feel like it's in, I don't want to say letting go, but in meeting those deeper layers that these things just naturally,
my sense
know.
is, you know, when we touch those layers, you could say with another system, but with, so there's, you could say it's in connection, it's in relationship, and there's a sense of being safe, and there's a sense of, as the different little nuances happen, that we survive, like our system gently gets new information, you know. It's like my sense is on our own, the knee-jerk responses are so quick. It's tricky. Yeah. So, you know, this format, like meeting like this, to me is amazing. We keep showing up and we keep noticing that something is getting softer somehow, you know, like.
Yeah, for me, every time that we rest like this, it feels like my nervous system, my whole system is just drinking in safety. Safety and safety and safety. And it feels like in that we can, say, blossom, open up more.
Yeah.
Thank you, Isaac.
Oh, thank you. I mean, that, again, for me, a beautiful question. That's just like trying to find words to kind of what I've noticed happening here. That's it, you know. It's yeah, there's this common interest. There's this common interest, and in it, yeah, love starts to flow more clearly. And
how do you read my system now, or feel the system?
Just like I said, it's just getting more vulnerable, more available. It's sweet, really sweet, but with no effort. It's not like there's, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Frank.
Hello.
Hi, Frank.
Yeah, there's also something existential that was activated right before the meeting already, but somehow it fits also to the other things that were spoken about. And there came an information up also by my mother that during the prenatal phase, there was the idea to do, I wrote it down because I only know the German word, an amniotic fluid examination, where there would be a hurt with a needle or something. And from time to time, I have such sensations that someone could be hurt by a needle or a knife, or I don't know what, something. And there's just somehow the idea or the feeling that this is tied together somehow.
Yes, so as you're speaking about it, Frank, as you're speaking about it, just feel what's happening in your nervous system. Gently, just getting a sense of this frequency, this vibration, you know, and like, so at that stage of her pregnancy, your mom was, obviously there was a reason that the doctors wanted to do that. And so your mom was processing that information. It went straight into your system.
Yeah, it's really hurting.
Yeah. And so we just, yeah, just, you know, there's no needle at this moment. This is old information. And so just, yeah. Recognizing that somehow your system has this information, and just very gently checking if having this information at this moment and responding to it is necessary or useful. Because there is no needle here now. So there is an old response. And it's never been checked, you know, it's never been, okay, is this relevant now to this moment? In this moment. Just feeling when we inquire like this, what happens? Is there a change in the frequency or vibration of this information? Anything that you notice that happened?
There is somehow or there was the feeling of contraction or standing still with it.
Mm-hmm.
So in the body and nervous system. Somehow it felt like not being alive or something, or the opposite, like, yeah, somehow.
And is it changing at all?
It's somehow changing, yes. When I can't tell what exactly changes, but
yeah,
I think changes.
Yeah.
It's getting more calm, and could be that there is more trust, because it was also like, from the emotional side before, it was like I can't survive in this situation, or alone, feeling alone with it, and very existential. Yeah.
But to me, it feels like this is unwinding out of your nervous system. And just to notice as it unwinds, that you are surviving. But it's no longer necessary to carry that information.
Mm.
You can be free of it. Yeah. You have a right to be here.
Now it's like breathing, taking space.
And a greater capacity just to be here.
Yeah.
naturally without any effort.
Amazing.
It's amazing. And more than likely over the next little while, this will continue releasing, you know, it's touched it pretty deeply, so it's good. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Andrea.
Hi.
Hi.
Phew, I just have the feeling of really quick changing images. Oh, whoa.
What do you notice? If you can put it in words.
For me, it feels like one consciousness, like
Mm.
oneness.
Mm.
And for me, it's space, nowhere to get, easy, no spectacular. I mean, you know, I had all this too, but now it's like
Yeah.
it really, hey, it's, and this was also in a way what would have been my question for today, because we had a situation yesterday where I really had a feeling of I was in that one of those states and totally happy with myself, nothing more needed. And Yatran immediately felt disconnected.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I mean, there, out of that, a beautiful exploration
Yeah.
occurred.
Yeah.
And even in that, how many different layers and the capacity that we are really multitudes. I mean, there was nothing wrong with the one state, and then we surfed into another, and 5 minutes later there was the next state, and there was a beautiful, like alchemical, in a way, like a new layer cracked up. Yeah, but not to stop anywhere. Just okay. Now it's like that. Now it's like that.
Yeah, exactly. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, and it was really, the question was really for me, hey, is it possible to be together in that? I mean, but yeah, it is like, it's happening. It's already happening. And also to what you explored with Sylvie, I mean, this is really one of my deepest interests. How could humanity do that leap as quick as possible? And it's already happening. And yes, the retreats are really, I mean, I know moments when I drove home by train and the whole train was just a love train.
Yes.
And then I had a school event a day later, and the whole place with hundreds of people was just full of love. So, okay, little teaser. Thank you, everyone, and thank you, Isaac.
Vedanta. Hi, Vedanta.
Hi, Isaac. This evening is very, I don't know, a lot is going on. And especially when you were speaking with Sylvie about this society, or how suddenly there was such a touch, and it was related to what we were last time, you know, this holding the needs of not only mine, but from everybody. And it was such a deep touch. And when you were speaking with Sylvie, there was really releasing very strongly, and very strongly. And now I feel just, ooh, and I don't know, so much energy just goes. And it is really like from joy to suddenly releasing some shock, maybe, then again, it's really some surfing today. Yeah, and it feels like just maybe just being a moment. And also something else, what I feel, or what I heard today, you know, it feels sometimes very often the system or being, or I don't know, to go to the silent, or the attention goes very strong to the silence and to be touched with the world, then the crying is happening, you know, when this touch happens. And it is so, even something like fear, or I don't know, like this, yeah, this is there right now. Yeah.
That you can describe?
Yeah, it feels more being more in this energy, you know, the energy in the body is more, and a little bit of, I feel it like leaning in, you know, very, very carefully, or and can you relate to it? Yeah, and it's like, oh, and yeah, but not to disappear into, you know, some just consciousness or something like this. Yeah, you know, I like also to share something. you know, when there is this consciousness and this clearness, then we can speak about dying, you know, it's okay to die. When I touch this life, then suddenly there is, I would like to live, you know, and I touch, I was writing it to you, this so strong joy of life. It was so beautiful, and now a new interest comes to look for alternative possibilities, but it's not coming from doing, it comes from
enjoyment.
Yes, like just looking, and also this health thing what we had last time, you know, it feels there is the same like in my childhood, you know, this something very not caring or not, they can't feel the patients, or you know, something like this, and it's an area very familiar, but unconsciously one is pulled to it. I don't know, it is very strange actually, but slowly a new,
coming to be,
very new views and seeing is happening. Yes, yeah,
beautiful.
and yeah, I love to share this. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Sure.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Mm. Mm.
Lucas.
Hi.
Hey, Lucas.
Hi.
Mm. What do you notice when we sit together?
It's like
If you can put in words.
it, hmm. It's like it's showing in waves. Like it's like a small opening, and it shows a bit, and then it goes back into hiding again.
Mm.
Something like that.
And underneath the movement into hiding, what would be the frequency of what's driving that? It's something that's underneath. The frequency, a vibration. You describe that.
Hmm.
Vibration or that frequency, whatever it is.
I don't know right now. It was very tight again right now.
And if you look in this moment, what's underneath that tightness? What's the feeling or vibration? And what's the energy that shows up as a tightness? Maybe you can find it, maybe you can't. If it's too much, leave it. It's just an inquiry.
It's just life energy
Life energy, cool.
on its way out or something. It shrinks back or something for some reason.
Okay.
But and then it becomes something like fearful.
Yeah.
But yeah. Hmm. Hmm.
Cool, Lucas. Thanks for bringing Thank you, beloveds, for showing up. Thank you, Sylvie, for hosting. Wishing you wonderful sleeps if it's your time for sleeping. Ciao for now.